Apple auto-opts everyone into having their photos analyzed by AI for landmarks. The feature, known as Enhanced Visual Search, was called out last week by software developer Jeff Johnson, who expressed concern in 2 write-ups about Apple's failure to explain the technology, which is believed to have arrived with iOS 18.1 and macOS 15.1 on October 28, 2024. In a policy document dated November 18, 2024, which the article notes, if you check the Wayback Machine, it actually doesn't show up until later. So it's almost like they backdated this update or something. Anyways, Apple describes the feature like this. Enhanced Visual Search in Photos allows you to search for photos using landmarks or points of interest. Your device privately matches places in your photos to a global index Apple maintains on our servers. We apply homomorphic encryption and differential privacy and only use an OHTTP relay that hides your IP address. This prevents Apple from learning about the information in your photos. You can turn off Enhanced Visual Search at any time on your iOS or iPad OS device by going to Settings, Apps, Photos. On Mac, open Photos and go to Settings, General. Put more simply, you take a photo, your Mac or iThing locally outlines what it thinks is a landmark or place of interest in the snap. It homomorphically encrypts a representation of that portion of the image in a way that can be analyzed without being decrypted. It sends the encrypted data to a remote server to do that analysis, so the landmark can be identified from a big database of places, and it receives the suggested location, again in encrypted form, that it alone can decipher. If all works as claimed and there is no side channel or other leaks, Apple can't see what's in your photos, neither the image data nor the looked up label. I do not know the technical details of homomorphic encryption. That's a little bit above my skill level. However, from what I understand, this is a real thing. It's a way to analyze or I think even edit data. I could be wrong about that part, in a way where the person doing the analysis doesn't actually see the data itself. And then differential privacy, it's a way of, again, this is a gross oversimplification, so apologies to the experts in the crowd. It's a way to kind of add in random noise to prevent unique fingerprinting while also still being statistically relevant. My big complaint with this is what I've seen a lot of other people saying. It's the choice. It's the fact that they just turn this on. They didn't even make an announcement. They didn't even say like, hey, we're doing this, which is weird because usually Apple, their whole branding is alleged privacy. So usually they're really quick to be like, hey, we're rolling out this AI feature, but check it out. We did it really privately. Now that I think about it, this is like the second privacy thing they've done that they haven't announced. The first one being the automatic reboots. So it's kind of annoying that Apple keeps quietly rolling out these privacy features and not telling people, especially ones like this, where it's like, hey, we did this thing. It's super private. Here's how it works. But also, if you don't like it, you can go turn it off.
Yeah, I didn't like this at all. Again, it's hard because on a technical level, it seems like they integrated it pretty well. So if they had to roll out this feature, we kind of got a best case scenario, but Apple might not always be best case scenario, and they might not implement things in the best way going forward. So I think that it's tough to criticize this one because technically it might be sound, but I think, again, like what you were referring to, taking away the user choice, not doing it transparently, having to wait for people to notice, and then they post an article, and then you hope that people go in and change the settings is kind of a ridiculous way to alert people of a new feature that, could potentially impact their privacy. I think this is just not fun. I had to turn this off. This reminds me of like sometimes just random toggles re-enable themselves after Apple updates on both macOS and iOS. And I think that entire behavior is just really weird, but it aligns with how Apple does things, which is like they want more control of your device than you do. So I don't think it's a foreign concept to people on Apple devices, but it does sometimes definitely go a bit too far.
You just watched a clip from our main podcast, Surveillance Report, where we talk about privacy and security news every single week to keep you all updated on the newest threats and how to prevent them from happening to you. If you want to learn more and stay updated, check it out here on the screen or in the description. And there's also an audio-only version that you can also find down in the description. We'll see you there. Thanks for watching.